I told Shane I was wondering if he was going to speak. That was the quietest I think I've ever seen him. Shane talked and Melissa talked about the Flying Hawaiian Foundation, and Shane referred to his mom and dad, who are both here today. I've been at the event in Maui. It's an unbelievable event, and you can see where Shane gets it from the efforts that his mom and dad have put together. So thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to get to know Shane and Melissa over the years. That 2008 World Championship team meant so much to the city of Philadelphia for so many reasons, but it meant so much to the city of Philadelphia for what you see here tonight, for what these guys have been able to give back and gals have been able to give back. You see some of the items, obviously, that are here tonight for the silent auction representing the 2008 World Championship. We want to remind you that that will be open until 9 p.m. tonight. And also, be sure to check out the centerpiece that is available at your table for the highest bidder, a baseball autograph by Shane and Jamie, as well as a signed copy of Jamie's book, Just Tell Me I Can't. And you'll also be set for Philly spring training with the Hawaiian shirt and the fedora that is part of the centerpiece as well. Our next presenter, when we talk about the 2008 World Championship, we talk about the history of the Phillies. We've already talked about David and his wife Lynn here tonight, but they have meant so much to the city of Philadelphia and also to us as a Phillies family and all of you as Phillies fans. But please welcome David Montgomery, who will present the Community All-Star Award.
Karen, Jamie, thank you for this opportunity to speak about our friend. But before I speak about Ed Rendell, I wanted to talk about the fellow just left the stage for a moment, because Tom McCarthy doesn't know how to say no, and whenever asked, he steps up to the plate and does a tremendous job. So Tom, thank you. And I must say a word about Shane and Melissa. And I can't tell you, we've been, I guess, commended is the right word, the Phillies have, for a number of times for being available and being out in the community. And we're very, very proud that so many of our players have responded in incredible ways to adopt Philadelphia as our home. But I'm not sure anybody ever joined us that came further than Hawaii. And I'm really not sure that anybody that joined us we could be more proud of, the way that they have adopted Philadelphia and the commitment and the lasting contribution that they have made. And once again, let's hear it for Shane and Melissa. Finally, I was asked to say a few words about Ed Rendell. And it occurred to me as I thought about talking about Ed, first of all, I realized I've now known this guy for 52 years. It was this month, October of 1964, when I first met him. And to give you an idea of the influence he's had on my own life, to be honest with you, the one person that told me that I should try to pursue a career in professional sports was Ed Rendell, and he got me my first interview. It wasn't with the Phillies, but he certainly changed my life. And the reason that we're honoring tonight is because he's changed so many lives. When I reflect, as you probably all know, Ed grew up in New York, but he came here as a 17-year-old to attend Penn, and he's never left. And I can't rank him as number one because when you think of people that grew up elsewhere and came to the city and had an impact, I think Billy Penn and I think Ben Franklin are still ahead of him. But I put him number 3 as far as somebody not from this area that came and made a great impact on the city. I was given notes to talk about what Ed has done, being mayor and being governor, and his public service career, which is extraordinary. But when I think about what his real role was to be a cheerleader for this city and for this state. And, it's remarkable when you have somebody that is willing to step forward constantly and join hands and join arms and get committed with other people to do what's right for a region. It's a very special thing. And, 34 years of public service, I guess, has ended, correct? Yes, he's shaking his head, yes, okay. But the reality is he continues to be an incredible champion for our city and for our region and pursues many of the same issues that he cared about as governor, including not only our economy, but reviving communities, improving education, protecting the environment, and expanding access to health care for all children, and most specifically, making affordable prescription drugs available to all of Pennsylvania, and now recently has adopted the cause of those drugs that can be prescribed that are addicted and causing such a curse on our community. So I would like to bring up Ed Rendell, who recently served as the chairman of the host committee of the DNC and was responsible to bringing that to Philadelphia as well. I also want to bring up Karen and Jamie at this time to join with me in presenting this award. And the reality is, we all saw the mission of the Moyer Foundation, so graphically revealed by those young people. But when you also think about who you would like to start a fire, come on, Jamie, get up here. Karen, let's go. But the three people that are coming up here, you could not pick three better people to start your fire for a good cause. You get Karen, who nobody can say no to. You get Jamie, who set a tremendous example. And you get Ed for his leadership. So on behalf of all of us, Governor, thank you. Thank you very much.
Someone taking our picture? Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. And I just want to say a couple of quick things. First, about David. David's just been a spectacular, had a great career and a great human being. And Philadelphia is much the richer because this son of Roxborough decided to stay in Philadelphia and to do the great things he's done. David Mike Stiles, who you all know is the executive vice president of the Phillies, Richard Dietz, and I, we went to college together, not all in the same class, but to college together. And one day when we were in graduate school, we were talking about our future. And David declared that, driven by ambition, he would do the best of all of us. And we all laughed hysterically because David had given no evidence that he would ever be driven by ambition. But to that point, his ambition had been basically focused on eating as many tuna hoagies as he possibly could. But thank the Lord, David got the spark, went on and did the great things he did, not only for the Phillies, but for all of Philadelphia. And Mike and Richard haven't done so bad either. So, David, thank you very much. Second, I want to say a word about Melissa and Shane. They live in Nevada, Las Vegas right now, of course, from Hawaii. They have people who are in political office in Hawaii. And I can see Victorino becoming governor of Hawaii. Now, I can see Melissa Victorino becoming governor of Hawaii. But seriously, they may live in Las Vegas, they may hail from Hawaii, but they'll always be Philadelphians. And as for me, I thank you for this award, but I have had the opportunity to serve the city for 8 years as district attorney, 8 years as mayor, and 8 years as governor serving the state. And people always forget district attorney. And although as governor, I had the most resources to attack problems, as mayor, I had the ability to just by force of personality and drive, change things. But as district attorney, unlike mayor and governor, everybody returned my phone calls. Think about it. When the secretary buzzes in and says, the district attorney's on the phone, everybody picks up that phone. Well, everything I've done for the city is a labor of love because, as Mont said, it's an incredible opportunity to be in a position to sign your name on something and help someone. One person at a time, 1.5 million at a time, 12 million at a time. I remember one day at Sharon Baptist Church here in West Philadelphia, I signed a bill raising the minimum wage for Pennsylvania from $5.15 to $7.15. If you were a working mom, a single mom with 2 kids, and you were working for minimum wage, you made $10,400 at $5.15. By raising it to $7.15, we gave you a $4,000 raise. And by signing a piece of paper, I gave 423,000 people a $4,000 raise. So this has truly been a labor of love. I've been a board member of this wonderful foundation for the last four plus years. And when Jamie Moyer reached out to my son Jess and Jesse came to me, it was a pretty easy decision for me to join. Because like many of you in the audience, in fact, I was talking to a young lawyer who is in the same building that I sometimes work in. We both lost our dad. He when he was 13, I when I was 14. When my dad died, I had breakfast with him in the morning. I went off to school. He went to hail a cab, and he keeled over from a heart attack before he got into the cab. My brother was a freshman at Princeton. My mom worked, and my dad was the one who was closest to me and my brother. I had really no fault of my mom, but I had no one I could talk to, no one I could turn to. My mom was suffering, and her grief was even greater than mine. And so I did what many young people do who have no one to turn to and have grief in the deepest, darkest areas of their soul. I acted out. And I acted out so badly that I got kicked out of the school I was in. And had I had something like Camp Erin, I know that never would have happened. Now, fortunately, I recovered and did okay. Some kids never do. Some kids are so grief-stricken and have nowhere to turn that they make mistakes, not getting kicked out of school, but mistakes that determine the course of the rest of their lives. So what you've done tonight by helping Camp Erin, and I hope you'll continue with the silent auction and the regular auction, we need as much money as we can get because the more dollars we raise, the more kids we can help. The more kids we can help, the better off those kids will be, but the better off we'll all be. So thank you all tonight for coming, and if you can, give generously and bid as high as you can, except on the picture of Carson Wentz. Because I think I'm the highest bidder for that.